Hello, welcome back to Gav's Drams. This is an independent bottling, which I've never done before. I was given it a product of Scotland, spirit filled, mythical beasts, single malt, Speyside region, distilled at Glen, Moray, and it's a 28-year-old. And I love old whiskies, as you know. Glen Moray, I don't know a lot about Glen Moray. When I was given this, they came and done a tasting at the club. They done really well, and they done 6 bottles. There was good 1 or 2. They done a Kalila, which was, they just drew that day, which was probably the nicest, but I couldn't pick that one. And Torrance says to me, "Gavin, pick a whiskey to review for me." He says, "Just pick it." I says, "Now listen to me." I says, "If I review this, it's going to be honest, whether you like it or not. I will, because it was given to me and you asked me to review it for me, it's going to be done properly." And he says, "Go ahead, fair enough." I've had a few drams at it. It's an interesting whiskey. Glen Moray's a whiskey that I don't really know an awful lot about, I must admit. Hundred and something of 260 bottles. It comes in at £240. I think that's a lot of money. However, you're going to pay that for a 28-year-old. Think what you pay for a 25-year-old Springbank, or a 20-year-old Bunnahabhain, or anything like that. It's a lot of money. It's a nice colour, non-chilled filtered, non-coloured. There's a wee bit of cork in that. There's a wee bit of floating in it, but it'll not matter. Right. Let's try and be nice but be honest. I've had a few drams at it. I wasn't sure about it at first, but as the bottles come down, it's opened up and it's getting nicer. As you know, I like old whiskies. And I like an old whisky to be soft. I like to get the cask. Now, I'm not sure what this cask is. I don't think it's straight bourbon. It's just, as I say, it's 260 bottles. Then it's there. Oh, wrong again, Gavin. Matured and a bourbon hogshead from cask number. Quite small to read. So it is bourbon. It's quite dark for a bourbon, to be honest. You think it'd be a bit lighter. Again, it's old. So let's look at the legs in it. I haven't seen what the strength is, have I? Legs are fine and they're coming into the glass. 48%. That's fair enough. I suppose it gets old, it starts to lose that bit of ABV. I thought it would bourbon, it might have been a wee bit light on colour. So the boys done a great night. Torrin came with Donald. Donald's an old friend of mine, and he done a great tasting. Really good. Donald's knowledge is unbelievable. I'd like to have done more of the stuff, but I suppose I'll need to buy stuff. But it was really nice of them giving me this. But they know the score. I have to be honest with it. I have to be. So, without further ado, let's bring it to the nose. For a bourbon, it's a decent nose. It really is. British mature bottle, Scotland. Mature bourbon hogshead. Aye, just bourbon. And it's a decent nose for a bourbon. Definitely is. Very floral. Buttery. Creamy. Fudgy. I think it's non-peated. It's quite a pleasant nose. There's a lot in it for a bourbon and for an old whisky. So let's bring it up to palate and see what we get in the palate. It's a little bit spirity for a 28-year-old. I'm looking for a 28-year-old to be a little bit softer. It's no spirity as in like a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, but for a 28-year-old, I would be looking for something a little bit softer. It's got a nice palate. There's a wee bit of fizz in there. But a lot of people like whisky with a wee kick. For me, there's just a wee bit too much kick for a 28-year-old. But a lot of people will like that. It's interesting. I could have wrote Donald's notes down and cheated, but I'm not going to do that. This guy's got some nose on him. Oh, unbelievable. It's quite powerful for 48% as well. It coats palate. It's very pleasant. There's a nice spice going through it. Lemon. Lemon curd. Cheesecake. Aye. Lemon curd. Cheesecake. That kind of flavour. With a little bit of water in it. Not too much. Get a bit. Not too much because it's an old whisky. They've got a nice selection. Go to the website, look them up, see what you think. I need to try and get another couple. I need to actually buy them. They're quite expensive. That's the only thing. They're quite expensive. They sell casks. I've always said I want to buy a cask. You get these brokers from London and these guys phoning you all the time. But when you know somebody, like say, I know Tom and I know Donald, I would trust these guys. Not that I can afford it, but I would buy a cask off of these guys. The only reason I would buy a cask off them, I know them. They're trustworthy. So they do sell casks. If you're interested in casks, I would suggest have a look at them. If you're interested, they're no brokers that are phoning you all the time and trying to, they're honest guys. I've known them for a long time. I taught the two of them to drive. I've known them when the two of them worked for Cadenheads. And I trust them. I really trust them. So have a look at their website. See what you think. I still think £240 is just a little bit on the steep side for what it is. That's not to say it's a bad whisky. I'm just trying to be honest. And what I don't want to come on here and say, because I know them, I don't want to say, oh, it's wonderful, it's this, it's that. I definitely don't want to do that. I want to try and play it as I see it. So, another wee taste. The water softens it a wee bit. The water takes a wee bit of fizz off it. I don't want to put too much water in it. It's unusual, an old whisky takes water, but that's taking a nice bit of water. It's got a nice finish. I like bourbons. All bourbons are similar. All bourbons are similar. They're not what you call exciting. Where you can get some sherry whiskies where these wine finishes, you get different tastes and you get different things. Bourbon is a nice summer night dram. Nice dram to drink. So that's all I can say about it. I can't really say much more about it. So once we get this lot out, we'll get back to the Cadenhead stuff and we'll see how we've got another Cadenhead stuff, the Springbank stuff, and then I've got a few bottle ends to do. I'll throw them in. I'm looking forward to doing that bottle end in the 25-year-old. That'll be interesting. Put that for about 2 years. I think I can't reach it. Let me see this whole thing tumbling in. Oh, what have I got left? I'll tell you how long I've had this. There's a wee bit in it yet, so we'll need to get to the bottle end in that. That was bought in February 2023 and it was £500, and it's a whisky that I go to every now and again, and if one of the boys come up, one of the whisky boys come up, Big Tony and that comes up, this is what they get poured. I always pour them that, which is nice. So I want to do a bottle end in that when I get to it. That'll be interesting. Thanks for watching Gav's Drams. Cheers. There's a wee bit of spice in that. That might be nice if you leave it in the glass. Maybe I poured that and drink that too quick. Maybe that needs a wee bit of time. Anyway, thanks very much. Bye.